I'm Keely and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm going to show you my August make and talk about the sewing weekender. So August for me, as you might know if you've watched my other videos, was incredibly busy in that I actually didn't film any videos at all in August, and I also didn't do very much sewing. Now this was because I was moving house and I was doing lots of decorating and there was lots of building work going on, and the main reason was I didn't have a sewing space. So when I was in my old house I had all my fabric upstairs, but I set up on the dining room table and my machines were there all the time. But in this house, although I will eventually have a studio, and I say studio not sewing room because it will be an art studio as well as a sewing studio, and I'm going to set up with printmaking things in there as well. But at the moment I have a desk, so we went out and bought a desk, and I'm actually sharing the office with my husband. And although I can go in there and sew, it's not quite as easy as it was in the old house, and so it was just too difficult with everything going on. So I haven't made very much, I've made one item. And then at the sewing weekender, I was hoping to make a few by the end of August. So the Saturday was the last day of August. But I didn't finish anything on that day. I finished things on the Sunday, which was the September. And I like to keep my months very separate with my makes. So those will go into my September makes, but I am gonna show you the half finished things that I've got. So my main August make was a pair of men's Hudson pants and that pattern's by True Bias, and they were for my husband, and they were out of a sweatshirt French terry that I got from the nylon shop, so my kind of local fabric shop. And they were a test pair because he now works from home and wants to wear kind of skinny fit joggers basically, and we haven't really been able to find any around. So I made those, and I don't have a picture of them, and I don't have them, and the reason I don't have them is because he's currently wearing them. They're his new favourite pair of jogging trousers, and I have cut out 2 more pairs for him, and I will cut out a few more as well because he really does like them. So that was my one make of the month, and I think it's just one of those things, although I think it's amazing that I even made one thing, but there we go, one thing. So then on to the sewing weekender. So that the sewing weekender is organised by the Fold Line and Charlotte, English Girl at Home, and I went last year and I went again this year, and it was really lovely to kind of meet new people, yes, but also get to hang out with all of the sewing people that I don't get to see that often. And it was really lovely even more to spend a lot of time with Tamlin and Samantha, my sewing patterns and prints competition hosts, because they live all the way in Newcastle, which is a long way away from Bristol, and this is only the second time I've met them in real life, but we talk all the time on WhatsApp, and it was really lovely to go and spend the whole weekend with them and everybody else as well. So I arrived on the Friday. It was about 3.5 hour drive, and then I parked at the college and then took an Uber to the apartment where we would be staying, and then I met up with Tamlin and Samantha there. Once we'd kind of looked around the apartment, we went off and we decided we wanted to go to Escape and Create, but it was already about 3 o'clock by this time and it closed at 4. So instead we decided to go to Backstitch to have a little look around, and we did need some thread for our projects as well. So we went over to Backstitch, and it's this lovely little kind of village with a few shops and cafes, and we had a look around the fabric, really lovely selection, and I did buy a few things which I will show you. Now the most exciting thing that I bought, which is the cutest thing, and I know Tamlin bought some of these as well to represent her cats, is I bought this tin to keep my clips in. So it's got a little picture of Bramble, or it isn't Bramble, but looks like Bramble, just licking his little paw, and I thought that's the perfect size, and I've just put my clips in it because before they were just in a plastic bag, so this is perfect for them. So really excited about that tin. And then I bought some fabrics. So there's a really lovely selection, lots of cottons and woven fabrics. Not millions of jerseys, but there were a few nice things that I bought. Now, as you know, I'm getting a bit more into woven fabrics, although I haven't really made anything with them quite yet, but I do have a lot of things on my list. So this is the first fabric I bought. Now, this is one that you will recognise, is Atelier Brunette fabric, viscose, really lovely viscose, really lovely drape in this beautiful teal colour. It looks slightly darker because it's still wet, because I've pre-washed it. I had to get this off the line. And these lovely little paint splodges and things. So I don't really know what I'm going to make out of this yet. If you've got any suggestions, as always, comment them below. But really pleased to have that one. I've had my eye on this beautiful teal for a while and would be really excited to make something out of it. Then I got this, which is incredibly creased, it seems. But this is a viscose twill, and it's just in this navy colourway. I do have it in like a teal green as well, but I just thought actually to make a dress or a shirt dress or something to wear to school, or to make something to go, like a top to go with a patterned skirt or a blouse to go with a patterned skirt, this would be perfect. Again, no concrete plans, but really lovely fabric, and I like the slightly thicker quality to the viscose twill when I get it. Then I did buy a cotton jersey, so this beautiful navy with the flowers on the background. I know it looks like a lot of the other fabrics I have, and I have quite a few dresses already with a navy background and flowers, but I really do love that kind of print. I think this is really cute, and I will probably just make a self-drafted dress out of this, unless there is another jersey dress that I could feel like making at the time. So again, really lovely. And then my last fabric is this one. So they had this in a few different colours, but I went for this colour because I thought it would go best with the navy kind of in my wardrobe. Now this is part polyester as well as other things. It's a real mix, and it is basically a knitted kind of sweatshirting type fabric. It's got a slight kind of speckle to it, but it is so cosy and soft. Oh, it's so soft. And I'm going to make a cardigan out of this to just see me through the winter months, something just really cosy and soft. So that's that one. So on the Friday night, we went out and met some of the other people from the Sewing Weekender to have some food, and then made our way back to the apartment where to get a good night's sleep before the Saturday. Now on the Saturday, we kind of woke up, we walked over to the college campus, which was really lovely to kind of see a bit of Cambridge. And then we started to meet everybody, we set up our space and got our goodie bags, and it was just really lovely to see everybody. And then we got started sewing. So the goodie bag. Now Charlotte, English Girl at Home, and I will link the video below, did a really lovely video about what was in the goodie bag. So I will link that so you can see, because I don't want to sit here and go through everything, but I will go through the few things that I thought were really lovely in mine. Now there were loads of discount codes in the bag as well, which I'm really pleased with, and I have been going through and seeing what I can buy from the sites, because there are so many beautiful things around. It came in this really cool bag, so the Sewing Weekender 2019 with lovely scissors. We watched Charlotte's video the night before, and we were really excited and hoping that we would get certain things in our goodie bag. So one of the things that I really wanted was this sparrow wrap dress. So this is from Afternoon Patterns, and there were a few other patterns as well, but I really wanted the wrap dress because actually it's just perfectly my style. So I actually got this in my goodie bag, so really pleased with that. Can't wait to make that. It's I probably will try one out during winter, because it'd be quite nice to layer it over a t-shirt, but definitely for next summer be really cute to wear. So watch this space, and I will show you when I make that. Then something else I was really excited about is this. So this is a badge, and it just says self-made woman, and I think it's really cute on the tape measure. So really pleased to get that. There was a sewing machine one as well, but yeah, really cute. Then another thing, now you might recognise this is from Pink Coat Club. Now previously Joy did stickers, so last year, but these are awesome. So I'll insert a picture of me when I put one of these tattoos, but these are temporary tattoos, and they are, you can get these available as stickers as well. I used the teal or mint heart one on my arm during the weekend, but I'm saving these for another sewing event. And the last thing that I'm going to show you was this. So this is from Spoonflower. Now I've been a bit hesitant to order from Spoonflower because I didn't know the quality of the fabric. So this is really good, and I don't know if you can get this sent to you maybe if you go onto their website. But this is a sample pack of all of the fabrics that they do that you can order in different designs from their website. So in this little slot here, we've got the dogwood denim. So there's a denim sample, so really lovely and sturdy. And then the gift wrap and 2 wallpaper samples there. And then in this one is all of the other fabrics. So I obviously am especially interested in the cotton spandex jersey, so that's that one, and actually that's got a really lovely feel to it, really good stretch and recovery from this little sample, so I'm definitely considering ordering a fabric, and I have already looked and there are some William Morris inspired ones, so I might be ordering those soon. But also one that I was surprised actually is there's also the organic cotton, so slightly less stretch, but would actually be really good for men's t-shirts as well. But really pleased with that one. And then the modern jersey. Now I do try to avoid polyester jersey, and this is polyester and spandex, but actually it holds up pretty well and you get a bit of bobbling, but otherwise it lasts really long. So if I'm gonna go through kind of buying a fabric or maybe designing my own, there's that one as well, which I also really like. So, but I'm really pleased with this because it means I can just have a look. When it says what fabric it is, you can just have a look, see which one I like, and then just use that to give me an idea. So on the Saturday we had 2 talks, one from Selkie Patterns, so Alex and Caroline, and that was about sustainable sewing, and definitely gave us all a lot to think about in terms of what we could do to just sew a little bit more sustainably, which was really lovely. It's definitely something that's been on my mind more recently. And then a talk from Tara from Paper Theory Patterns, and she was just talking about the fashion industry and how she designs patterns and why her thinking behind that, which again was really interesting, and we learned things that we didn't know about the fashion industry, which, I mean, I don't really buy ready to wear anymore, but definitely interesting to kind of hear. And then on the Saturday night we went out for food and then drinks with everybody as well, which again was really lovely to spend more time with them. And then on the Sunday, the last day, so it's kind of about 4 hours on the Sunday because it's just till 1 o'clock. So we had some sewing time, and then we had a talk from Nina Lee about her beautiful wedding dress and the incredible amount of work that went into that, as well as Juliet from the Sewing Bee, which again was incredible, and she bought all of her makes from the Sewing Bee, so we got to have a look at them. So we heard a little bit of an insight about what goes on the Sewing Bee. Then we got some more sewing done, and I actually finished 1 item. Now, I made a few mistakes, I think, with the projects that I chose to take. So I wanted to take the Donovan skirt, and then I took some jersey makes. And I was trying to kind of batch sew. Now, the difficulty came because most of the projects I took required different colour thread. And that meant that I had my overlock on my sewing machine, but I was having to switch the colour threads on my sewing machine to sew the different garments, and that is just not productive. So it would have been a lot better had I stuck to kind of 1 garment at a time, got that finished, and then I would have actually finished a lot more probably. So I'm going to show you the part finished garments and the finished garment. So my one finished garment is this one. So this has been in the washing basket, so I'm not going to try it on, but I will show you it in my September makes. So in this really lovely kind of viscose crepe jersey, and this is from Sew Over It. Now this is the Freya tee, slightly hacked, but I've increased the sleeves and it didn't quite work. The sleeves on this are a bit too wide, so I'm gonna have to unpick here and then sew down the side again, just because it doesn't quite work. Now I am on the lookout. Now I've been making the Freya tee as a kind of tight fit tee, and I have tried the Agnes top as well, but I'm on the lookout for more t-shirt patterns. So I've got the plantain tee, but if you've got any t-shirt patterns that you think are really lovely, just as casual weekend wear, then please comment them below, because I'd love to try some more jersey tops. So that's that one. I also spent a long time on the Saturday working on this. So this is a Donovan skirt in this beautiful tencel, which I got from Like So Amazing. Now this was from last year that I got this, but she does have other colours in stock currently, so I'll link those below. And yeah, just a Donovan skirt. Now I've reduced the size of the waistband, and I did make a mistake on this in that I stitched the waistband on the wrong way round. So this seam here is supposed to be at the back, but the problem with tencel is it does mark. So if I was to unpick all of that, the likelihood is it would damage all of the fabric, and I'd have to recut another waistband probably, and it might even not go back on. So Joy was sat next to me and she said, no, don't unpick it, like just do something to disguise it. So what I'm going to do is just make a little tie and then secure it on there and just tie it in a bow, and then that can just be at the front of the skirt. And then you've got the pockets as well there. So it is a bit crumpled. I still need to hem it, but otherwise it's finished. And just stitch up that at the front there as well, but really pleased with it. I think this will be perfect with patterned t-shirts and things. Then I've got a couple of jersey makes. So in the spirit of sewing stripy September, I've got Molly tee, which is stripy. So the neckband I've done the opposite way, and then it's just the stripes. So really pleased with that one. I've got to do the armholes and then the hem as well, and just check on the neckband. I hope that it's all right. I just need to steam it. And then these two are my self-drafted dresses. So this fabric I got from Butterfly Fabrics in Cardiff, but Sew Me Sunshine currently has some of this in 2 different colourways on her website, so I will link that below. And then that's, well, the inside of the dress. Now this one is nearly finished. I've hemmed both of those. I just need to sew the hem on the bottom there. But yeah, this is a viscose jersey. It is such a beautiful fabric. Honestly, like, it's not overly stretchy. It's probably quite close to cotton jersey, but it still has the drape of viscose jersey. Honestly, absolutely gorgeous. I really recommend, if you like sewing in jersey, go and get some of this. And last but not least is this one, and this is a beautiful teal colour. Now I can't quite remember if this is just a viscose jersey or if it's got a little bit of polyester in it, but I got it from My Fabrics when they were having a big sale. The one thing I'm really disappointed about is this hole. You might not be able to see it, but I didn't realise that that was there. And I don't know if that's like a moth hole or I've just caught it, but there's nothing I can do about it now because it's like in the skirt. So I might try and just patch it or stitch it back together, but it won't affect me wearing the dress. I always wear them with tights anyway. But yeah, really pleased with that one. Again, I've got to do the sleeve hems and then the actual hem, and then that one's done. So although I didn't finish many things, I did nearly finish loads of things, and so I've got some sewing time today, so I'm hoping to whiz through and finish those things. So I think that's everything for today. I had an awesome time at the Sewing Weekender. It was really so much fun, and as always with sewing events, you come away feeling relaxed and really socialised. You've talked to people about sewing, about different things as well, and it's just really lovely and full of laughter. So I definitely would recommend going to sewing events if there are any near you. If you want to see a little bit more video about the Sewing Weekender, then So Hayley Jane has made a fantastic video about the Sewing Weekender with a few different interviews, and you will see me featuring in one of the interviews in there as well. So I will link that down below for you to have a look. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye!